everyone. I'm GoLocal Live correspondent Chelsea Gay here in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. My first guest today is Melissa Salvas from Flawless Beauty, and we are here to talk about microblading, which is a new trend, I think, in beauty that's come up over the past few years. For all of you that don't know, it's focusing on eyebrows today.
Yes.
So eyebrow microblading. So I don't know anything about it, so I'm going to let Melissa take it away. But Melissa, give us an idea of what microblading is.
Microblading is a semi-permanent tattoo of the eyebrow. It's done with a small blade, and we use pigment using small hair-like strokes so that the eyebrow comes out looking natural and fuller.
Okay. Is it similar to the way a tattoo would be done, or?
It is similar to a tattoo, but a tattoo goes a little bit deeper. Microblading only goes within the first layer of skin.
Okay. And so does it last as long as, say, a tattoo would last forever, or is it?
Microblading lasts about a year to a year and a half, depending on skin type and depending on the care of the eyebrow.
Okay. And if someone's interested in getting microblading done, do you have them come in for a consultation? Can everybody do it, or is it for a specific kind of skin, or?
There are certain people who are good candidates for microblading. Anybody who has a full brow who wants to just fill in their brow for a little bit more color. People who have overplucked their brows for years of, tweezing, and they want to add a little bit more, shape to their brow, or even people who have medical conditions that they lose all of their eyebrow hair completely.
Okay. Yep.
Chemotherapy, diabetes, any type of issue like that.
And how about men? I mean, have you had
Men,
men
I
come
have had
in?
men customers,
Okay,
yes.
and that's just, same process?
Same process,
okay.
yes.
And is it painful?
It isn't painful.
How painful?
No, I use a topical numbing, and then I also use a numbing during the process too, so.
Okay, and it's one treatment?
It's 2 treatments. You
Okay.
come in for the first treatment, it takes about an hour and a half,
Okay.
and then you come back 30 days later for the touch-up.
And what's the process to get certified to do microblading? Have you had to go through a specific class, or?
When I was trained about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I went through Brow Design International in
Okay.
New York City.
Awesome.
And then I furthered my education with Jen Boyd Inc. out of LA. She came down to Florida for a couple of classes.
Yep.
And I am actually going back there in October to do another training to expand on the microblading, and I am also in the process of becoming a trainer.
Oh, awesome.
So
So for those viewers that might be a little bit nervous about trying something like this, I know you said, it's not going to last forever. I mean, what would you say to those people that are a little bit on the fence? Maybe they are okay with the way they look, but I mean, what are the real perks of doing something like microblading?
Well, I always suggest to come in for a consultation first. That eases a lot of the fears, asking questions. Just seeing maybe what it looks like drawn out first.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You know.
So you draw, the semi-permanent on the face.
Yeah,
just to
I will
see.
kind of
Okay.
draw it out just so they kind of have an idea of what the shape will look like.
Okay. And what is the price ranges of microblading? What are we looking at for a cost?
I charge $400 for microblading, and that includes the first session and the touch-up session.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if someone were to be interested in seeing you for a consultation, I know you work out of 2 salons, and I don't want to
Yes.
get that wrong. So
Mhm.
what are the salons that you work out of? And
I
where
work
are
out of Creative Corner in Coventry on Tyoke Ave, and I also work out of the Loft Salon in Cranston on Pontiac Ave.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on the
Thank
show
you.
today to tell
Thanks
us a
for
little
having
bit
me.
more about microblading. And for those of you who are interested, we will be posting the link to Melissa's website in our editorial later today.
Okay.
Make sure to stay tuned for our next guest, and we'll be back shortly.